Hello, my name is Malachi, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Perceptrader AI bot after running it on a live account for 6 months. We're going to be checking out the Perceptrader AI bot. I am very excited about this bot. I've been running it for 6 months. I really do like it. I do recommend it, not a financial advisor. I do like what it does. It has a very steady 5% a month income with a relatively low drawdown overall. I am super excited. Valerie Trading is also coming out with a crypto bot, which I'm very excited to test. So if you're into that, do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe. You'll get notified as soon as I start getting it and doing the testing on that bot. I did actually send them an email and ask if I could get that bot early so that I could test it and do some videos on it and get the information out so that people would know right away if they wanted to buy it or not. They told me they don't do that, but it didn't hurt to ask, right? If you don't ask, you don't know. So like, subscribe, jump on the Telegram if you want to be notified when that bot comes out. I will be buying that if the price is reasonable. In general, I've seen her bots start off about $1,000, so I will be spending the money on that. And I will immediately start doing the testing and show the videos on what it is. If you have not seen my reviews on the Perceptrader AI bot already, I will throw a link up there somewhere, maybe up there. Okay, we're going to throw a link up there on YouTube, and you can click on that. I do have a 10-week review, and I think I have my initial setup review that may be a little bit more helpful if you're just getting started on doing this. In this video, we are going to cover the set file, the settings I'm using, as well as we're going to cover the MyFX book. And lastly, we're going to also cover the Valerie Trading website briefly. So starting off, the Perceptrader, I might even call it Preceptrader, I tend to say that when I start talking fast, is a trading bot by Valerie Trading. So let's jump in first to Valerie Trading. I'll show you that. I will throw a link down below. I do get a referral link if you use mine. And actually you get a discount. So hey, it's a win-win for both of us. This is the Valerie Trading website. Once again, link down below. And these are the different expert advisors or trading bots that Valerie Trading offers. I do own copies of the Perceptrader AI, Golden Pickaxe, and Waka Waka. I did add Golden Pickaxe onto my Perceptrader AI bot, and I'm running that in portfolio mode. So I will filter that out to show the results of only Perceptrader AI on the account. From this portal, you're able to download the bot. You actually get a tutorial as well, and you can access the Telegram channel for that bot if you have questions of the users or of the staff from Valerie Trading. The Perceptrader AI bot does come with a 129-page setup guide and strategy guide. And really, I just want to jump into page 6 here. I do pull this up because I do like some definitions that are on here. Page 6, it kind of talks about what is an expert advisor. If you don't know, it basically just opens and closes automatic positions for you on your brokerage account. And it also talks about the different types of expert advisors. There's scalpers, there's hedges, there's news, there's breakouts, and there's grids. So the Perceptrader AI bot does use technical analysis to enter the trade. And then at that point, it becomes a modified grid martingale system, which means that when it loses its trade, it's going to continually open slightly larger and larger trades when it sees new entry points, and it will then reset and try and close for a win. And that's why when you look at the graph, you see that steady growth with some decent drawdowns, because the drawdowns are the bot trying to trade out of its losing position. All right, we're going to jump into the virtual private server. I'm going to show you my account, as well as I'm going to show you my set file. I will show you my visual set file. Please don't jump into the Telegram and ask for it. I do believe that it's important that people learn to adjust their set files as needed, because when something does go wrong or can go wrong, if they don't know what the settings mean, even the basic settings, then they can't fix it. So this is my account. I am running it on Securities. It's a live account. And as you can see, I've got Perceptrader AI running, and I've got Golden Pickaxe running. Okay, so for the basic settings, I am running the high risk setting. There are other options. You can use a fixed lot entry. I know someone asked about that earlier, where you basically set what size your initial entry is. You can, based on deposit load, you can do a dynamic based on balance. You can do a dynamic based on equity. And then you can do the preset settings, high, significant, medium, and low risk based on load, which is deposit load. So I'm running the high risk based on deposit load. If the account grows and I don't make a withdrawal, I may change that to an equity-based system. Let's see, what else do I have that I've adjusted? So let's just scroll down here. So I do have it set for a max floating drawdown of 30%. I did that because I was playing with the machine learning settings in February, and it became, or it could become, a higher risk scenario. So I did set that to 30% in case I had done something wrong. But overall, I tend to not worry about that. This bot is profitable and has been running. And what happens on that max drawdown action is it would prohibit opening new grids. So I could come back, and that's this setting. Your options are to close trades and stop trading for 24 hours, close trades and stop trading at the end of the day, close trades and stop trading until restart, close trades and then start right back up again, and prohibit opening new grids till restart. So I just basically prohibit opening new grids, and then I can come back in and take a look at what's going wrong or how I want to manually handle that. So I do, and let's just pull this over just a little bit, even more. All right, I am running all 6 pairs. And on some of her files, she's actually removed the pound franc pair because it was a little too volatile. And then if you are running with a suffix symbol, this is where you put it here. I have run into scenarios where putting the suffix didn't work here, and you had to put it after each pair and just build it straight into this line here. I have it set for standard trades. If you're running on a prop firm, you want to run it on unique trades. I have trading frequency set to 6. I could bump that up, I think, except it won't matter. Okay, actually, I had to read it. Unique trades only. Since I'm on standard, it doesn't matter. And then here's the machine learning setup. Enabled neural network filter to true. I did turn this off in February to see if it would make it more profitable, and it did open a lot more trades with a higher drawdown. And I'll show you that on the MyFX book when we get there. I turned it back to true. I really am happy with the results, but I also like to play with different settings and try different things. And you can set the minimum probability of profit. It comes standard at 90%. I left it at that. So basically what this is saying is if the machine learning does not think the trade will be 90% profitable, it will not open the trade. It also has a built-in market forecast. So it uses ChatGPT and or Bard AI. I have them both turned on, but basically it will take a market forecast from ChatGPT and or Bard AI, and it will only open trades in the order or direction of which the market is going. So if the market is a bull market, it's only going to take bull trades. It's only going to take buys. If the market's a bear market for that pair, it's only going to take sells. And the custom multipliers. So these are the multipliers that are built in. This is their built-in grid system and the martingale multipliers. So it goes 1, 2, 4, 8, then it goes to 14, 24, 41, 69. So keep in mind, this is a modified, it's not a pure martingale system, but it is pretty strong when it comes to multipliers. You'll see a lot of stuff out there that's a 1.1, 1.2, 1.25. This does go 1, 2, 4, 8, but then it slows to 14 instead of 16, then 24, then 41.69. So it loads in early and then it slacks off some. The news filter, I have it turned on. It's a built-in news filter. So I do have the stock market filter crash turned on. And that would mean if the US 500 or the S&P 500 has a high volatility, it will stop trading, which is fine. If something's going wrong, might as well just stop and wait for it to settle out. The idea of this is not to make huge gains during news events, but to grind out a standard profit every month for me. You also have an option down here to change the comments. It starts with the name of the bot, but you can change it to whatever you want if you're running on a prop firm or somewhere else that you don't want to show what that is. So that is my setup for Perceptrader AI. We're going to jump into my FX book and we're going to look at the 6-month results. So this is a my FX book link for my accounts. This is PAI1 as I named it. It's a real account running on US dollars, running on Ox Securities, link down below if you're interested. I'm running 1 to 300 leverage, and it's a MetaTrader 4 account. Okay, and as I discussed, I'm going to do a slight custom analysis. I'm going to show you as we go here. Whenever you are looking at someone's results on my FX book that they have open, I always jump into the custom analysis and I click all. Some people will force a weekly or monthly, or they'll set the times that it pops up and they'll pin it so that when people look at it, they don't see the bad stuff. They only see the good. So you have to go here and manually open that up to all. And then for this, I'm only going to click those pairs and I'm not adding gold into it. And you'll see it does drop that by about 1% there. This has been running since August 29th. It's now March 2nd. So we've got 6 months of history. And we're just going to run down the basics. Over that 6 months, we've made 39.97% with this trading bot. It's averaging 5.52% a month. It did hit a 9.44% drawdown in that. And I feel like we might have hit a slightly higher one than that. I'm going to have to go back and look. Although that might have been tied in because of a gold trade open, which might be why it was showing that. But overall profit is $3,000 on that in that time frame. Let's jump in on the stats. So the goal is 90% profitability, right? Right now we're running at 69% on the shorts and longs one. I actually can accept that. It's not 90%. I'll take 70% and profitability all day long. We'll look at the monthly history here. We only ran it 1 day in August. September, 5.89%. October, we did have a lot of activity in October. It was 8.79%. November, 4.82%. And December is 5.8%. January was a little lower, 4.35, and February, 4.63. Both January and February were kind of slow in the market with all the bots that I was testing. So they were really running well for scalpers because the scalpers, a lot of very small movement up and down in the market. As it gets more aggressive, I think the scalpers will be much more high risk. We're going to look at the chart here real quick. And what we're going to see is this is the equity growth here. This big drop down is in February when I turned the machine learning off, and it did open a lot of trades. You'll see the volume went up. I did that. I was testing to see if it would increase profitability, which it did slightly, but I didn't like the amount of drawdown. And what we'll see there, same thing. It jumped in 1 day from almost nothing to opening a whole bunch of trades, but it went into almost a 10% drawdown. So I turned that back off. The trades closed fine, made the profit, and we're back really into relatively minimal drawdown. Although, once again, the question becomes, what's your goal? Are you looking for a higher return, or are you looking for a more steady return? The other thing I interesting about this is that what the best trading pair is profitability wise this whole time has been New Zealand US dollar. And then as we go down, the pound franc, odd CAD, US CAD, and then odd New Zealand is the lowest. So this kind of tells us right here, and this was back, I remember we talked about the volatility, but if you see this big spike right here, in October, there was some big movement between the New Zealand dollar on all the pairs, but New Zealand US really made some money on it, and it did go into some drawdown because of that. And let's see, back that was October, mid-October, so a 5% drawdown in mid-October on this account. Now, this happened on this account. I do have PAI running on some other test accounts at the same time, and they did not all react the same. What that means is that because of the set file and the number of pairs you're trading and how much you limit it, if you have open trades, you may never have entered into the same trades that I did, even though you have the same bot with similar or the same settings. All right, here is the summary, and it does once again show all the different trades, the percentages won and lost, and the profits made on all of them. So as you can see, this is the duration. Longest trade it held was a losing trade at 5 days and 2 hours. And what you'll notice is the further they go out, the more losing trades there are. That's because they are holding them, waiting for a win. And what you'll see is there's a much tighter group, more wins, all within a few hours. So if it does see the position it wants to take and enters and it wins, it closes the trade, boom. And actually, it has a really good one up here that it trailed up, held for 12 hours, and it looks like it was a 3.79% winner. So what that does mean, though, in analysis is that this is going to benefit a brokerage that has maybe higher swap fees, but lower entry points, better spreads, because it is holding them a shorter period of time versus something that might hold something for a month. Risk of ruin. I find risk of ruin doesn't mean as much as we think it does on a bot that runs a martingale grid system, only because it bases it on the average lots sizes that were open. And I don't think it can really account for a super large drawdown in one pair. But what it is telling me is that in order to lose 100% of this account on the average lot size open, I would need to open 362 consecutive losing trades. The reality is, because it counts that as one trade opening and closing, from my understanding, that it would not actually account for the larger and larger trades. And lastly, we can see the history here. In that 6 months, we have traded 311 trades. So that's about 50 trades a month, if that's my math is correct. However, this is not necessarily a bot that makes a trade every day. So if you're looking for something that's going to be highly active and make daily trades, this isn't the bot for you. It just doesn't do that. So in conclusion, I really do like this bot. I like the design of this bot, and it's working. Do I wish it made more than 5% a month? Absolutely. Just like everyone, I'd like to make more money. I'm trying to get passive income from stuff like this so that I don't have to work every day. However, at the same time, I don't need to be greedy. 5% a month is 60% a year. That means if you had a large account like $100,000, this would make you $60,000 a year. That really is good money. And I think part of me has gotten jaded with seeing returns from bots that are higher than this, but they're also all way riskier. So I like this as a long-term secure trading EA that I can set and forget and let it run on my account. So if you have any questions or comments, do me a favor, make the comments down below, ask me questions down below, Tell me if you like this video and if you'd like to see more. Those comments do help my YouTube algorithms, and I am trying to get 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize the YouTube channel and try and show people what YouTube actually pays content providers for what they do. Show my back end, how much I make from the advertisements and stuff like that.